Good gaming, ladies and gentlemen. My name's Ider, and today we're gonna watch some new play cEDH. We are at the TopDeckHero on June 9th. We are gonna look at the game 2 of that event. I would like to thank the TopDeckHero for allowing us to film it's the second game we do for that location in Laval. We are moving around with our setup, trying to see different stores, different crowd, different decks, and today we've got of course, same as usual, Kinnan. Kinnan is pretty much everywhere nowadays. We have a Kenrith, we have a Etali Primal Conqueror, which is quite new, and we've got cEDH, which is the Rising 5-color commander, which is pretty much the commander. I'm looking at people moving my batteries around, like paying attention and everything. Thank you guys to pay attention to my stuff. TopDeckHero.com, I believe. I'll put the information in the bottom. So we will go and get to the deck descriptions, and we'll see you guys. With nearly no cutting time, we are, the first is going to be a Kinnan player, which will use 3 mana rocks to try to get up an early All Breaker or a Thrasios, and with that they will be able to draw their decks or bounce, get infinite mana with bouncing Chromux, the 0 CMC rock, and he will either kill us with a bunch of creatures or use Tessa's Oracle with an empty deck. Right after we've got Kenny Kenrith, whom will use Dockside to do some shenanigans, flipping, get stuff in his graveyard, bring them back. Kinnan is a draw engine reanimator in command zone. He can also get a bunch of creatures with trample. And of course he has the Breach Line, Breach LED, Brain Freeze, and once he milled everyone, he can win with Torkoal, or mill himself, or bring back whatever he milled into his graveyard. Etali, Primal Conqueror. He will use a bunch of Ritual, Treasure Disorder, Dockside to try to get Etali into play. On ETBs, he will exile the top guard of each deck, and he will not have to pay for them, so it's free cast. He will then try to either copy it with Twin Flame, Shimmers, and spells like that, or the best of the best would be a Food Chain, because you sack him, and then you only need to pay 1 for the extra tax to bring it back and exile a bunch of stuff. cEDH Warlike Captain, left-handed, of course, because she's harm wrestling Miri. So cEDH will try to go get the Cultist of the Absolute on a first fetch. Then she'll be a 7/7, and then should be able to grab any legendary in her deck. Of course, Dockside Emiel, one of the best combo ever. The other is Oath of the Fairy, Aminatu, and Nicol Bolas Dragon God for infinite flickers and infinite Planeswalker activation. So I believe she has a few other Teferi to bounce and draw her deck, and then it's she can just do a bunch of stuff right after. Game is starting, and we're going to see the Kinnan player plays a Mana Crypt, followed by a Painland. 3 for a Rhystic Study, turn 1, seat 1. I would repeat that. Most broken card in the format. Rhystic Study, Mystic Remora, Rhystic even more because they don't have a cumulative upkeep. Etali goes for Ancient Tomb. Minamo. Remora triggers the Rhystic Study, cannot pay. So we've got, it's going to be a battle of Rhystic Mystic. Loses the Crypt roll. Ooh, Treasure Vault. Outlet for infinite mana. Felwarstone, Mystic Triggers. Pretty sure it's not gonna pay 4. Yep. Gonna cast Kinnan. Forgot to take his damage though. Soul Ring. Mystic Ristic. Passes to Etali. So as soon as you see the sticker board, we know that he is playing the Nameless Goblin. Is that a Yevimaya? He's gonna go and pay for Mystic. Sign this. No, that's not a Scrub. I don't remember white green. That is a nice card though. Mox Ember. Enlightened Tutor paying for Ristic. Paying for Ristic but not Mystic. Ooh, spicy. Go's got a Smothering Tide. Wondering how this is gonna go end out. Kinnan not playing anything is a dead giveaway. Smothering Tides, Mystic Ristic triggers, cannot pay any of them. Swan Song, Mystic Trigger. So on the Mystic, Nuffer you can't refuse to counter the Swan Song. Mystic Ristic triggers, they both draws. Offer is back on the top of the stack. Offer, Resolve. Flips on Kinnan. Ah, takes Blue Ancient. So now he's gonna triple his mana. So each treasure taps for 8. Because you crack the treasures, it triples. You tap and crack it, triples with Mixed Bloom. And then Kinnan says for each mana you add 1, and not you add 1 then triples. Because they're both replacement effect on tapping for mana. Makes 4 blue to cast Delay on the Smothering Tide. Sure, Mystic triggers. So still 2 blue in the pool. Delay, Resolve, and Smothering Tide goes. With some time counter, Mystic Remora, the last triggers goes. Draws a card into his end. Goes to combat. Kinnan loses his mana, passes to the Etali player. Oh, that's cool. Mountain. So he has his color now. Red and 1 for Pyretic Ritual. Mystic Ristic triggers. Pays for Mystic. 4 for Treasonous Ogre. Ristic triggers. He cannot pay. So cEDH up to 12 cards in hand. Treasonous Ogre can give him as much as 12 mana. Mana Drains and the Treasonous Ogre. Mystic triggers. No answers, passes. Plays Foothills to crack it. For Trop. No, Volcanic, sorry. Plays his own Kinnan. Ristic triggers and he doesn't pay. Now, If it goes to Kinnan, 2, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 22 mana? So cast Ragavan, Ristic triggers. So right now the Kinnan player will go up to 22 mana available. That is before doing anything, and he's been drawing like crazy. Luckily, his Kinnan player has been losing his mana crypt draws, mana crypt rolls. Down to 28. Mana drains gives him 4 colorless. I'm missing the colorless symbol in the middle, but close enough. Scalding Tarn to fetch into something. Tap script for 7. 2 times 3, 6, plus 1, 7, so it goes to 11 colorless. Taps the Tropical Island for 3 green. Play finally for 3. So he's looking to go get is a something at 3 CMC. Force of Will, and the finally triggers Ristic. He pays the trigger. Force on Force. No one has answers. Finally back on the stack. And he will go get the Trophy Mage. Now at this point people are saying, so can we call it that we scoop? So finally this Visitation exited at 3. 3 go get Trophy Mage. Trophy Mage brings him Basalt to hand. And with Basalt in hand, he can cast it. Since they all went and pushed their interactions and nobody has anything else, so he we'll see it back on top soon. So we see that he gets Trophy Mage gets him Basalt. So with Basalt, it tapped for 9, untap for 3. So he's gonna go up plus 9 minus 3, so plus 6 each time. Then he's gonna use his Treasure Vault to make infinite treasures. And then with his treasures, he can just use Kinnan a bunch of time to get whatever big creatures he needs and then close the game with that. Congratulations, Kinnan, another win for the Simic boy. Thank you everyone for watching. If you learned anything, post in the comments. Please like and subscribe.